Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. If you're into astrophotography or just love stargazing with a bit more precision, the Skywatcher Wave 150i Pro mount might be exactly what you need. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been using this mount for a few months now, and honestly, it's been a game changer for how I approach night sky photography. Before this, I was stuck with a basic manual mount that made tracking objects a real chore. But the Wave 150i changes everything. It's got a built-in GoTo system, which means you can literally point it at the sky, tell it what you want to see, and it'll slew right to it. No more fumbling with star charts or guessing where things are. It's perfect for beginners who want to jump straight into imaging without the steep learning curve. One of the standout features is the dual tracking modes. You've got sidereal tracking for deep sky objects like galaxies and nebulae, and solar-lunar tracking if you're into capturing the moon or sunspots. I've used both, and the accuracy is impressive. I was able to track Jupiter for over an hour without it drifting out of the frame, something I couldn't do with my old setup. If you're into planetary imaging, this mount handles it smoothly. The built-in cable management is another thing that really impressed me. With astrophotography setups, you've always got a mess of cables running everywhere, which can snag or get tangled. The Wave 150i has routed cables internally, so everything stays neat and out of the way. It might seem like a small detail, but when you're setting up in the dark, it makes a huge difference. No more untangling cords in the middle of the night or worrying about accidentally unplugging something. Wireless connectivity is a big plus too. You can control the mount directly from your phone or tablet using Skywatcher's app. I've used it with both iOS and Android, and the connection is stable. Being able to adjust settings without touching the mount itself is great, especially in cold weather when you don't want to be fumbling around outside. It also supports ASCII, so if you're using software like NINA or SharpCap, you can integrate it seamlessly into your workflow. The slewing speed is another area where this mount shines. It moves fast up to 8 degrees per second, so if you're trying to quickly jump between objects or recenter something in your frame, it gets there in a flash. I've found this particularly useful when I'm trying to capture multiple targets in a single night. The fast slew means I spend less time waiting and more time imaging. Now, let's talk about payload capacity. The standard payload is rated for up to 15 kilograms, which is pretty solid for a mount in this price range. I've got a small APO refractor and a guide scope attached, and it handles the weight without any issues. The enhanced payload capacity version can go up to 20 kilograms, which is great if you're planning to upgrade your gear later. It's nice to know this mount can grow with you as your setup evolves. I've also been impressed by the build quality. The materials feel premium, and the mount is sturdy. It's not overly heavy, so it's still portable enough to take to a dark sky site, but it doesn't wobble or vibrate when it's tracking. That's crucial for long exposure astrophotography, where even the slightest movement can ruin an image. So, what are the downsides? Well, it's not a perfect mount. The GoTo system requires a bit of initial setup. You'll need to align it properly before it can accurately point at objects. It's not as plug and play as some other mounts, but once you get past that, it works really well. Also, while the wireless connectivity is great, you do need to make sure your device is compatible with the app. Some older phones might struggle with the Bluetooth connection, so it's worth checking before you buy. All in all, the Skywatcher Wave 150i Pro mount is a solid choice for anyone serious about astrophotography. It's packed with features that make tracking and imaging so much easier, and the build quality is top-notch. If you're looking to upgrade from a manual mount or just want something more reliable for deep sky work, this is definitely worth considering. You can find the link to check it out below. Happy stargazing!